Another question I get is, what should you do before starting Amazon ads? There are a few important things that you want to make sure you have tackled. First, make sure you have a good book description. There's a lot of information out there. Some people say, well, the book description doesn't really matter. Okay, well, look, if your goal is to drive clicks or drive eyeballs to your product page, then you need all of the ammo you possibly can get to convert that click into a reader. So yes, there are people out there who say, well, the book description doesn't really matter. It just sells based on the author brand or the cover. If you aren't, maybe that's true for those of you that have the brand, but for those of you that aren't, really, you really need this product page to be a sales letter, essentially. And there are some really good people who do that. One person I use, and I don't receive anything for recommending him. He's a really good friend of mine. Hopefully he still does book descriptions at this time, because I know he's got a lot of other opportunities he's working on, but he did mine. My book converts at 1 in 6. So for every 6 clicks that I get, one of those is a sale. Now, also there's things to consider, like my Kindle's only 99 cents. Obviously I'm going to have a higher conversion rate, but still 1 in 6 is just over anything I have heard within anyone's book. So that is something to really consider, is making sure you have a really strong book description. And that comes down to how good is your copywriting skills. I've learned so much from Brian. He also has a Facebook group where he talks about this stuff. He goes over copywriting. It's really useful. I'll include that in the final section of this course. Next thing are reviews. To really stand out on Amazon, you need good reviews. I'll link out to this in the description below. But there's a lot of misunderstandings about getting reviews. People think that they're just going to come in, and they're not. Puppy.co is a tool you can use. It's basically you review other people's books and they will review yours. It doesn't work for all books. Some books it takes longer. Sometimes it works better than other times. There's a lot of variability with this platform, but I've also heard of Book Sirens, but to date, this one is the only one that I personally have used, and I've seen it work really well with a variety of books. So maybe you'll have a unique experience, but this is the platform I recommend for getting reviews. Obviously, there are organic ways to get reviews as well. I'll link out to a blog we have about other ways you can get reviews, but people always ask me, well, how can I get more reviews? I use Puppy. And then the final thing is your Amazon ads habits. So if you are embarking on doing Amazon ads for yourself, this is now going to be a small portion of your day every day dedicated to Amazon ads. It's the only way that you are truly going to get really good at Amazon ads. And so there are a few habits that I think will serve you well. And this is like anything. Your habits make you or break you. And so Amazon ads is no exception. You need to have habits for your Amazon ads. A few that I've seen work really well are, continue your learning every single day for 15 minutes a day. And it can be, reading one Facebook post that someone who knows Amazon ads has posted. There's a lot of good stuff on LinkedIn, or watching a short YouTube video. And it's like these compounding. Your mind is so powerful that it does things that you don't even realize it's doing. It's making connections. It hears information multiple times, and it's like, oh, that's something I should take strongly. And so basically have some place every single day that you're going to for 15 minutes a day to read about what's working for people right now, what's not working for people right now. Don't do it alone. There are so many forums out there where people are helping each other with Amazon ads. And it's, doing this alone is just, it can be very scary. It can be very daunting. So I recommend the Authors Unleashed Facebook page by Robert Ryan. I love that group. The YouTube channel run by Lucas, I'm not going to try and pronounce his last name, but he actually does Amazon ads for products. And this is another note I want to touch on briefly, is people think that, authors are the first ones to ever do Amazon ads, and they're just not. Products, from what I've seen, the Amazon ads information around doing products is way better then 99% of the Amazon ads information and courses out there related to books. People think they're this vastly different things, and there's a few different points we'll touch on, like obviously your Kindle Unlimited page reads, products don't have that. The fact that you have two different versions, you have your Kindle version, you have your paperback version, these are things that are different, but in the grand scheme of things, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Although I find it lacking the information that's available to authors to do Amazon ads. Don't be afraid to pay attention to, maybe do courses by those within the product community for Amazon. So people who sell physical goods on Amazon, not books, whether it's things like, I don't know, like a chair or a toaster, things like that. These are really good things to pay attention to as well. There's a lot of really useful information. So these are just two that I've pointed out that I think you can learn from. Number two is start a Word document or a Google Doc with various topics you learn about as you learn about the different stuff related to Amazon ads. So like this, I literally did this where you'll have like, okay, bidding as a topic, and then you might out of the month, out of the 30 videos you watch, 5 of them are about bidding. This is just a place for you to compile your thoughts about the different things that you've heard people say regarding the different topics. So start your own information library about Amazon ads and the various things you learn about. And finally, keep a log of the changes that you've made and when you made them to your Amazon ads. It's very tedious, I know, because I've done this. And it's like, okay, raised by 5 cents. Okay, raised by 10 cents. Yes, record these exact changes that you make as you make them in your campaigns over time. And this is how you learn. This is how you get real feedback about what's really working in your ads. Did you do up and down bidding strategy? Okay, leave it alone for 30 days. Okay, what was the result? Did you do down only? Okay, you changed it down only. What was the result? Keep a log, create a spreadsheet that's just like, a link to the campaign that you changed, the date that you made the change, the date that you're going to check in on that change, and then the actual change that you made. So keep a log of the changes that you make, because it's the only way that you have a unique book. Your book is not the same as everyone else's book. And so what works for other people might not work for you. And there's so many strategies out there. This is the only way you can be sure that you are failing forward. You don't want to be making the same mistakes over and over again. So start keeping a log. Yes, it's tedious, but it's so worth it, because it's the only way you can actually see improvement in your results. So again, create your Amazon ads habits. They are so vital to your success with Amazon ads. Make sure you have a good book description. And I recommend to our authors now, they have at least 100 reviews before they start Amazon ads. We have authors who are successful with 30 reviews. We have authors who obviously have thousands of reviews. So these are things to keep in mind. But I'd just like to say, if you have 100 reviews, it means that you are showing up, you're investing the time into your book. You're making sure that you're getting your book out there, whether it's through Pubbie, whether it's through your email list, and you are pushing those reviews, because all that organic traffic is going to help your Amazon ads convert and help with your ranking as well. So that's what I have to say about prepping your book for Amazon ads, and we'll move on to the next lesson.